Hello, welcome to September 17th, 2024. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. This is an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use the time to think about the last 24 hours and how I did with any challenges or opportunities that I met, notable ones, that gave me a chance to exercise the creed, to apply my principles towards the objectives that I've set for myself. I also use this time to review those objectives and then plan out the coming day. So let's begin. Last night I slept pretty good, except that it's really, really cold. Some sort of a cold weather system came in from deep off the ocean and brought some really cold air up here into the mountains. Excuse me, I'm way up here in the mountains. I was told yesterday by neighbors to watch out. There's going to be snow, to make sure I have chains for my car. Oh my gosh. So I got a taste of what that's like. I had to put not only a shirt on, but a sweater as well. Yesterday was a challenging day insofar as I decided that I needed to take Ollie, the black dog, to the vet for his seasonal allergy shots. I thought that we had enough taken care of. Usually through the summer, by September, he doesn't need the shots anymore, but he was scratching through the night over the weekend. So I was able to get a walk-in situation down at the vet. So I had to drive all the way to Orange County with the two dogs. I took a day off from work to do all of that. And on the way back, I was able to meander through some lowlands on the way through San Diego, up northern San Diego County. Saw some interesting areas. And then went to Julian, where the wind was just blowing and the giant clouds were right overhead. It was quite amazing. No particular challenges there, though there was several situations with the dog, but that's not a different thing, where I'm trying to train Rudy not to bark at people. It was, for some reason, it was crowded for a Monday in Julian. It was like a Sunday in Julian, lots of tourists there. Um, so that was interesting, but not a challenge per se. Really wasn't anything that challenged me. It was a pretty straightforward day. Um, Slept well, good challenge, no work. I didn't get through all of my stuff, but I kind of, all the usual things that I do. I have a list of things that I do. It takes me about half a day to do all that stuff, because I start early in the morning and I finish in the evening, and then I fill up my lunch break and my breaks at work from that too. What is it, Ollie? Ollie wants something. Other than that, nothing really in particular. It was a good day. Oh, there was a movement on the dog front. Further confirmation for Ollie's flight. We arranged a pickup spot near LAX that I'll drop him off to the dog shippers. That'll be on the 2nd. He'll fly on the 3rd, and then he'll arrive on the 4th in Japan. So we're working all that out. The itinerary should be available. Further details on the Japan side should be available to my wife this week as well. We've got the name of our Japanese contact at the other side. Just had a really nice session with the Twitter podcast community. For the Gaijin Twitter community, we had our first meetup, so to speak, hosted by Tracy from Weekly Fascination. That was a lot of fun. We all did it on the Twitter X has the ability to have a voice communication. It's voice room. A little disconcerting not having any verbal cues when you've got a group of people in the room and you can't see one another. It's hard to know when to talk or to interject without stepping on other people's toes. That's a challenge. But it was really fun, really worthwhile, and I enjoyed it a lot. And it's nice to have that community, a new community in Japan to be a part of. Okay, let's get to the creed. My 8 objectives are: number 1, these are my life objectives, to always be ready to die. What that means is that I want to have my personal affairs in order so that my wife and daughter aren't scrambling if I was to keel over all of a sudden. Also, to have my relationship sound so that I am not leaving people with unfinished business. And of a personal nature, really. And then 3 is to have my life's work, if not complete, in a state of readiness to be as good as complete as possible. For the most part, that's the case. But for example, my journal is never complete because it's always a journal. So it's readiness. My journal is complete insofar as I've got it as up to date as possible. All my other things are in good shape. Number 2 is to make good and effective use of time, not to waste my days. I'm moving over here because I'm giving a pet to the dog. Number 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. That's exactly the 8 and 35 that I mentioned. Next is to have good emotional reactions, to react well to the circumstances of the day, whatever hits me. Number 5 is to perform good actions in accordance with my values. Number 6 is to recognize my true limits and true opportunities so that I'm not aspiring towards things that are beyond my scope of reach. And I think that was maybe number 7, because number 8 is to keep my balance in both body and mind. That means staying healthy, keeping my equilibrium, and also in my mind, not being the type of person having the footing of mind so as not to be easily thrown off. That's becoming more and more easier the more I solidify this creed and the more I practice it and the older I get. As for today, it's almost time to start work, so I'm going to rush through this. I haven't had my breakfast yet. I fed the I've walked the dogs. I spent some time doing that X community thing, so that took a little of my time. Then I'll feed myself now, put on my work shirt, get to work. And am I ready to die today? Well, I don't want to, but I think I am. My affairs are in order, my relationships are sound, and my life's work, it's complete. All right, I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care.